I've mentioned LinkedIn on this channel as the best place online to find good clients. Then I have people coming to me saying, oh, it's not working. I'm not getting any clients on LinkedIn. So my next question is, well, can you show me your profile? And it pretty quickly becomes clear why they're not getting clients. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the top 5 LinkedIn mistakes that are scaring off clients, and I'll show you how to fix them. First, my name is Henry Bingaman. I've been freelancing since 2008. In the beginning, I got so frustrated, I almost quit. Then I learned the secrets and strategies that make high-income freelancing possible, and I eventually built my income up to over $1 million in a year. Today, in addition to freelancing, I make videos like these to help current and aspiring freelancers make more money and enjoy their lives more. All right, let's get to the big 5 mistakes. The first mistake is not using the banner space properly. The first thing everyone sees when they land on a LinkedIn profile is the banner, but I cannot tell you how many people I come across who just leave it blank. The profile automatically feels generic, and the last thing you want clients thinking is that you're just a generic freelancer in your industry. So whatever you do not leave it blank. Now, the second most common thing freelancers do with their banner is to use just a picture that they have. So if they're a videographer, they may have a picture of a shoot they did. And that's better than leaving it blank, but it's not the best use of the space. There are 2 good ways to use this banner space: branding or benefits. You use branding if your goal is to drive people from your profile to somewhere else, or if your goal is long-term, much higher value clients that you want to start building a relationship with. But you use benefits if you want clients in the short term. And I'm defining short term as tomorrow to 6 months from now. This is why you can't go out and imitate what other people are doing with their profile. You have to know where they are and what their goal is. So for example, in my LinkedIn profile, I'm not going for short-term clients. Currently, I'm much more interested in getting people to subscribe to my channel on YouTube or Rumble, so I'm using branding. But most freelancers are much more interested in filling up their roster and getting paid today. So if that's your goal, you want the literal first thing potential clients see to be a benefit. So copywriting that converts when it absolutely must, or websites that never go down guaranteed, or the lawyer the FTC is scared of, which I know no lawyer would ever say, but would be kind of a cool slogan. Now, branding can absolutely work, but you can see how the benefit side is a much more immediate payoff for you because the client instantly understands the value you're bringing to the table. Now, you can knock out a professional looking banner with a big readable headline in just a couple minutes with a free account on Canva. So let's move on to mistake number 2, using an unprofessional headshot. Now, you have to understand the industry you're in. If you're a freelance lawyer, you need a good headshot with a tie. But if you're an app developer, you can get away with wearing a t-shirt. As a copywriter, I always like the jacket and t-shirt combo, but to tell the truth, if I was starting over today, I'd want to look as classy as possible. So wear your best suit, get somebody to take a picture of you, then use an AI program to enhance it. There's a ton of different options for doing this today. Some cost money, some are free, but especially in a profile picture, you can come off better dressed, more professional because of the AI. I don't know if AI will always be a good idea for profile pictures, but it is right now. All right, mistake number 3, and this is one I'm guilty of, using a complicated headline. So the headline is the first thing under your name, and the idea of it is to tell people what you're all about. The problem is a lot of people, a lot of times, they use it to tell people everything they're about. I'm a photographer, stock trader, gardener, designer, cat lover, and amateur calligrapher. If you have more than 2 things in this headline, you've lost people. You could be a photographer and cat lover, occupation, and then something personal. You could be a photographer and designer. You're pushing it there a little bit, but when you throw the kitchen sink in, the unconscious thought is, well, he can't be an expert at all of these things. You might get credit for being extremely skilled at 2 things, but without a demonstration, nobody assumes anyone is expert at more than 1 or 2 things, because we all know ourselves, and we're not experts at more than 1 or 2 things. So don't overload this section. Figure out what you're selling and to whom, then lean into that, which, by the way, is something you could discover in just a couple hours with my skill stack, link in the description. All right, 4th mistake, and I won't spend too long on this, but a ton of people screw up the about section. It says about. We assume it means tell people about yourself, and this is where everyone goes wrong. Nobody wants to read your biography. We all find ourselves fascinating, but what other people find fascinating about us is what we can do for them. So you'll benefit tremendously from redefining the about section to about how you or your brand helps the people reading this. All right, 5th, but certainly not least, one of the biggest LinkedIn mistakes is creating the perfect profile, then waiting for people to reach out to you. Here's the thing, over the long run, you want people reaching out to you. but you're never, no matter how big you get, you're never going to be a god on a mountain that people will trek to. Look, I get overwhelmed by the volume of emails and requests I get sometimes, but I never consider myself above responding, and I'll never be above reaching out. You won't get anywhere in life if you're waiting for things to come to you. So even if you've made every single mistake and don't follow any of the recommendations in this video, you will still do just fine if you have an okay profile and you actively try connecting and talking to people. You'll do much better than if you have a perfect profile and you never reach out to everyone. Success requires action. There's no getting around it. Now, while that's true, you can't reach out saying the absolute wrong things. And there are a few mistakes that you can make that will kill your shot at landing the clients in the first place, which is why I put together a free checklist. It's the 7 messaging mistakes that stop clients from hiring you. Just run through this quick checklist when you're talking to prospects and you'll end up with a ton more clients. You can grab it at henrybing.co/7mm. Again, the link is in the description. All right, guys, catch you in the next one.